I'll be down. Give me about an hour, Ryzen.
Okay, it's starting the stream.
Woo!
Okay, I will just post it on. Let me just get the URL.
It looks like it's going.
Yep. Could you copy paste that and retweet it again?
Sure. I will go ahead and retweet it.
Thank you. I am sorry, guys. This is just basically. I think from now on we're not gonna.
Okay,
Is everything okay, or...
Okay, it's streaming. We are streaming now.
Is everything okay, or...
Okay, it's streaming. We are streaming now. Just basically headache issues on my end as usual.
This retweet it.
Retweet. Okay.
There is a person with their camera on. I got scared for a sec.
Is everything okay, or...
Okay, it's streaming. Okay, I'm just going to type something down and then we could probably start.
Yep.
Okay.
Do it, whatever you need to do.
Take your time.
Oh, take my time. I'm just trying to see if there's like anybody. Oh, we have. Like if there's anyone on content reviewers. Okay, they'll pop in quietly, hopefully, as they come by. All right. And greetings, my hunters, and welcome to our live stream. Today we have two special guests, Ben and Venus, two special people that are Ben, who I invited, and Venus, who my friend Trooper invited. I am the old hunter, as you should know. I do reviews of anime, manga. Well, not manga, anime, TV shows, and whatnot on my YouTube channel, and some Reddit reads.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Hello.
We normally do an introduction of who we are on this channel of ours.
Oh my! All right, Venus, you go first.
Oh, okay. My name is Venus de Milotic. I've been playing Souls for about 3 years now. I have a Twitch channel, Venus de Milotic _Let's Play, as well as a Twitter at twitter.com/VenusOnichan, and my Dark Souls meme page on Facebook, Crescent Moonsword +5. I have an obsession with Ringfinger Leonard and lots of cute things, and that's really about it.
Oh, my name is Ben, short for Benjamin. I got YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter. My Twitter is Shadow, but the S is a 2. I like stuff like Star Wars, Marvel stuff. I've done Call of Duty videos on my channel, but I'm definitely really big into music and want to do more with that in the future.
Kirk, shall I go first, or do you want to go first?
You can go, Trooper. I'll go last.
I'm Trooper, and I've been playing the Souls games for close to 20 years now. Possibly more. Also, I do content on the Soulsborne games. Over to you, Chris.
Hello. I'm the Knight of Green. I've been playing Souls games for about 11 years now, since the release of Demon Souls Original. So, Kind of an old fart here when it comes to the Souls games. For me, I do content based on the historical applications of weapons and martial arts that you see in the Souls games, as well as I'm making an anime series called Demon Slice, where we essentially recreate some of the boss battles and fight scenes using real-world martial arts. So support Demon Slice if you want to see the real martial arts of like the Greatswords and stuff actually done.
And I will leave the link to those down below as usual because I'm that sort of person. So if you're interested in these kind of things, do check down below. So, guys and ladies, on today's topic, so many things have happened. Like, I think Trooper said it best when he posted that news that Sony is attempting to make a Demon Souls live-action movie.
God.
Oh, God. That is a good... Yes, Trooper, it's true. The rumors are true.
I was on my Twitter, okay, and for those who don't know, I am good friends with the Souls tubers. Prod, Lost My Sanity, Fighter PL, as well as B Valentine. And B Valentine actually made a tweet about it, and God, the amount of comments of like, God, no, no. It was just flooding my Twitter all morning, and I'm just looking at my phone going, why? Absolutely, just why?
Guys? Well, money, of course. I think everybody knows the reason.
Look, I'm just afraid that Sony's going to come after me. They'd be like, what? You're taking our licensed property we're making a movie on? X your animated series. No.
I think
copyright.
It will probably fall under fair use since it's a parody. It's a parody sort of thing, not a whole thing.
I've got an idea. You know, for patches.
Yep.
You could have Johnny Sins as patches.
No. Okay, I would actually watch it if Johnny Sins was patches.
That might actually be a funny idea, but that could also cause a lot of problems. But who knows? I don't know. Having a Demon Souls movie, they might as well try making a Bloodborne movie at this part.
I think Bloodborne could actually fit a bit better as a movie, if you actually ask me.
I just hope they don't, screw up the CGI with the Great Ones and Beasts.
That is a good question, and something you gotta worry about sometimes, isn't it?
As long as Gascoigne isn't like CGI'd terribly to Kingdom Come, I'm down.
I'm more worried about the Miko Last Shadow puppet things. Like that CGI is going to look like absolute garbage.
They're going to look absolutely garbage, or they're going to look terrifying, and I'm hoping it's the latter.
I actually made a joke a while back. Remember when what was that movie that James Gunn made? Burn Bright, was it? Burn Bright.
Brightburner.
No, yeah, that one. I made a joke a while back thinking, and a lot of people, and so I so thought of that, the thing was actually a Bloodborne movie, that James Gunn was directing one.
And who is he? I'm going to look it up.
He's the guy who made the Guardian of the Galaxy movies, 1 and 2.
Ah, yeah, I knew he sounded familiar. I hope he's over it.
Oh, and by the way, for those, he's been rehired by Sony, making the 3rd one. So no worries for those who are thinking that Sony's just kicked their own franchise down the hill. So don't worry.
Yeah, he's doing Suicide Squad. The new one.
Yeah, that was interesting. But
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
I didn't like it. But let me think what I was going to think. Oh, yes. Another news. Yes, so Demon Souls as a movie, it's going to be a little bit difficult to adapt that one, don't you think?
If they made it like 20 years ago with the director who done Dracula, it could probably work. Up from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Out of all the directors we know, who do you think is the best choice?
That's a hard one.
James Cameron would do well with it.
Does he even play video games?
I don't know, but he's created some great fantasy stuff like Avatar. I know he did the second Alien movie.
Those are more sci-fi, not fantasy.
Well, sure, it's sci-fi, but if you brought his talents to like the fantasy world, he's created some in-depth stories. So Souls and Bloodborne, with their reputation for having deep, in-depth stories, plus the artistic team he has recruited under his belt, I could see him totally working it out.
Maybe not.
What about?
I'm just gonna say Michael Bay, because explosions, and he's just say, "Oh, I'm just gonna do a character that just does firestorm running and just say explosions the whole playthrough."
Any thoughts, Ben?
I feel like that's very niche.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I am not familiar with Souls, really, at all.
Well, feel free to ask these guys, because these guys are, besides of me, of course, are basically Souls experts too.
Oh, it sounds like it. Like I'm not familiar at all, but you guys sound very like you guys know a lot. Like even about the movie. Tell me more.
I'm a female gamer, okay? If I know a lot about Souls, you definitely will catch on quick.
I know about Dark Souls. You know how hard of a game that is.
Challenging. Challenging. First of all, Miyazaki likes to say the word challenging, not difficulty.
Oh,
it's challenging. But anyone could overcome them.
Exactly.
Or you can summon your friends.
I don't like to be too stressed when I game. That's the thing.
There is an easy mode. Just summon friends.
See,
summon your friends. Summon all your friends, and they'll just stomp everything.
Yeah, that's easy mode.
But listen,
I play for the story, okay?
You're gonna have to look through videos of lore descriptions and lore text.
Just watch walkthroughs. That would help.
Let's just
and that's it. Don't even play. Just watch it.
Just slap on a body playlist, and you'll catch a lot of stuff.
True.
Yeah.
Speaking of stories and whatever, what I've noticed, I was talking about before the stream, my obsession with Ringfinger Leonard. As you can tell by my icon there, it shows Ringfinger Leonard from Dark Souls 3 in a Virgin Killer sweater.
I don't know if this will get me demonetized or not, but let's hope not.
I really hope not, because that's what I'm going with. The thing is, no one really knows his background, because I think they purposely made him a very mysterious character. Because, I've done some in-depth research on him and put pieces together. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized he has a much bigger part in the main story of vanilla Dark Souls than we ever thought. And I could, go into the details here, but this would turn into a body stream. But my guess is that he stands by King Lothric's throne because he's related to the family of Lothric. He was the reason they found out they could not naturally produce an heir, and that's why he has burn scars. And he's just a basket case of lore and failed Ash, to put it simply.
Ah, yes, Ash. Ash. I almost made a joke. When Kingdom Hearts was relevant, I should have made this joke a while back. That if Kingdom Hearts, you speak more about Ash of Heart and Darkness than Dark Souls talks about fire half of the time, and that's the whole point of the series.
Get this out of the way. What do you think is the best Dark Souls game?
Okay.
1 and 3, 2 is terrible. It can go to the gutter bin.
All right,
Are we
like
counting?
Already.
Are we counting Bloodborne and Demon Souls in this?
Yes, you can count them in.
Okay, Bloodborne number 1.
Yeah. Even though I'm biased to Demon Souls because it's first love type of thing, I honestly think Bloodborne's the more put together game. Then Demon Souls, because then first love kicks in, and then I would say Dark Souls 3 mechanically is most consistent. Then Dark Souls 1 iffy. Dark Souls 2. I don't know if we're counting Sekiro, but Sekiro is its own little beast, if you ask me.
Oh, it is.
It has its very own formula. I just could not get through Sekiro, and people are like, you don't like it because you're bad at it. That's part of the reason. Yeah, the other part is that I suck at parrying, and I don't want to go through a game where parrying
is the thing.
Somehow through all against all odds, I managed to complete the game several times. So,
For me,
It's a hard choice because I've played them all, so it's hard
me-
to choose.
I'm sorry, go on.
It's a hard choice because I've played them all, and I like all of them.
that's true. But honestly, can we say that Dark Souls 2 is the worst in the series? Can we agree on all that?
Dude, I go into seats posting a lot on Facebook, and I swear to God, every time I go in there, because, I do take memes and put them on my page, they're always bickering about which is better, Dark Souls 2. Like, that's the hill they will die on. I'm like, if it's good, then why are you arguing so hard over it?
Yeah, because frankly,
I respect Dark Souls 2 for some of the things they did,
Yeah.
but then I won't say I disrespect it. Like, saying I like it least is not saying I don't like it. I'm not saying I don't like it at all, but there's some things I'll say. Like, I respect the DLCs. I respect power stancing.
The
And-
DLC was amazing.
Let me think. What else do I respect?
don't-
Sir Alan?
if I must be honestly
I
a
don't
bit,
know.
if I must be honest for 2 seconds, I feel like the DLCs honestly are the worst aspects because it puts the very worst things such as mobs in the game. Like, in my personal opinion, Dark Souls 2 has this obsession with mobs, and I think the DLCs just basically are the embodiment of the worst of the worst.
Like, Dark Souls 2 is a good game on its own, but not a good,
Not a good
trilogy.
Souls game. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Someone typed. I played a rogue type when I did Dark Souls 1. I got really good at parry. LOL, says Jordan Bongrats.
Yeah, that's Jordan. I went to high school with him. I've been trying to get him back into I've been trying to get him into
into the soul. Oh, he just made an excellent point, which is one of my biggest issues with number 2, is that you can be invaded when you're even hollow.
When you're hollow. No,
Yes.
that's unforgivable.
That is.
When you tell me, right? Okay, I'm not bad at these games, but if you're bad at the game and you're getting killed constantly and you're losing your health and you get invaded by a full health dude who has like thousands of kills and has that red aura when you're half health, like that's too much. Dark Souls.
They should have just stick to the formula. When you're hollowed, you don't get invaded, and when you're normal, it's a risk / reward.
Because that's the thing, though. It's just all ripped.
In Dark Souls 3, you can still like not be embered, and your friend can like slap down a summon sign, and you can invite them into your world for PvP.
Yes, but they cannot.
But that's invite. That's not a force thing in Dark Souls 2. Yeah,
that is actually a really good idea.
Which I supported all the way because, frankly, it was a better system compared to Dark Souls 2, where it just keeps beating you down after you've already have your face in the mud for a few dozen times.
Yeah, like I could argue the whole get good thing.
But that's not even the point with Dark Souls.
But in Dark Souls 2, you could be as good as you want, and those shitty hitboxes will still make you miss your attack, and you're dead.
And don't get me started with the hitboxes, because I swear, when people say that Dark Souls 2 is a good game, I'm going to say Dark Souls 3 and 1. Dark Souls 1 had iffy hitboxes, Dark Souls 2 has horrible hitboxes, Dark Souls 3 had the best hitboxes.
Because and let's not also about like soul memory and ADP.
Soul memory, I was about to say that. Yeah, if you're bad at the game, you're going to lose all your souls. You're going to be invaded by people who deliberately wear the ring that prevents soul memory from going up, so they can be like, lol, I'm a PvP professional, come in your world, make you lose all your souls, you're stuck with me.
And people wonder why I never touched Dark Souls 2 again.
This is why I every time I get invaded, like in Dark Souls 2, like the 2 times I did, Great Resonant Soul was just enough. I remember I was in Aldia's Keep, and I see this onion bro come in. And, of course, at the time, PvP, I sucked at it, and I still do, but not as bad. And it's Dark Souls 2. Well, I managed to, beat the shit out of the guy with the blue smelter demon sword and the Great Resonant Soul.
And did you use hold on, did you dual wield the smelter swords and like pancake him?
No, I don't know much. I don't even know what power stancing is. I've been asking around, but people think I'm stupid that I don't know, and they don't even answer me.
Basically, if you have 1.5 the strength requirement of a weapon, you can power stance it. Basically, what happens is you put two weapons in your hand, and you basically swing both of them at the same time.
Think of it,
and then you just get
honestly
ARs of both. Yeah.
As much as I complain about Dark Souls 2, I actually think that was the best part in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, power. I mean, because
power stancing was a good mechanic in Dark Souls 2. To be fair,
So I know they were in Dark Souls 3. They replaced it with paired weapons. So basically, think paired weapons, except you can customize what those paired weapons were.
So
like that's the best way.
So you basically could have it like a long sword in one hand and a great sword in the other.
Yeah, but there's power stance priority though. So based on what it's a long thing, but basically certain weapons, their power stance moveset takes priority over certain ones. So like if you had a great sword and a straight sword, it does great sword power stance attacks. So that takes priority. And then some weapons have specific, like for example, the Artorias Greatsword or Majestic Greatsword. It has unique power stance, which just
I know that
they're good things, but not enough to make them better.
I know in Dark Souls 2 that if you have, say, Artorias swords in his left hand, it does a unique move set. It does the moves from Dark Souls.
It does not just unique moves. It does like all of his R2 attacks are unique. When you power stance with a weapon with it in the left hand, you do some hardcore parkour power stance moves. It's beautiful. That's like I said, power stance.
I feel kind of bad for Ben. He has no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, sorry, Ben.
I don't have no idea. I've never played Dark Souls. I just know it's known as a notorious hard game. I have played nothing of it. The only game I have played, I played Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is some mechanics, right?
It's a Souls-like.
Yeah. And I still
go.
haven't finished that game. Yeah.
It sounds
What
like
kind of
these.
games do you play?
Yeah. Ben, what games do you play? Ben?
I play. I mean, it depends on my mood. Like, sometimes you play a game and you're just like playing that game for months, and then you don't play like another game for a while. I mean, I grew up on Pokemon. That was like my thing. I mean, I played a lot of Call of Duty, so I'm pretty nostalgic with Nintendo, even though I don't have a Switch. I like Smash.
Who's the main?
I haven't played in a while. Like I was playing mostly GameCube and Wii went with Smash.
Who was your main character?
Who's your main?
Bowser.
Bowser, interesting choice.
Yeah. Yes.
I suck at Smash.
I played Brawl.
Mario Karts.
I played Brawl. I played Brawl on my Wii when I had it. Then I played it on my Melee on my Brawl which was after Brawl again for the Wii U.
Smash
Smash for Wii U. I think that's
I'm waiting for another Metroid game.
I think
Metro. We're still waiting for another Metro. You're going to be waiting on that hill for a long time, there, buddy.
I think I don't know if Nintendo will copyright us because we mentioned those names, but I'm going to risk it. I don't think Nintendo just uses its own formula: Zelda, Link, and Fire Emblem, and Mario, and all those. But they never given series like Kid Icarus another chance, except for the 3DS. But they haven't touched that series in ages since then.
I'm still waiting for freaking F-Zero. I'm sitting here like over Captain Falcon, be like, please give us more.
They did,
yeah. It's been a long time.
But I don't. I think with Nintendo's current. Jordan said that he uses Ike as main, but besides that,
Ike's pretty good. I can respect an Ike.
I like Gandalf. Or is it Gandalf? I meant Gandalf. Yes. Yeah.
But go on.
What do you guys think about Minecraft Steve making an appearance?
No,
that was a surprise. That was a surprise.
No,
it's fucking funny.
Sans.
Oh god. What's funny is that I had a buddy of mine. He lives in Louisiana, and he was telling me about how he picked up Steve, and he's like, "This is terrible." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "The thing is about Steve is that he's good. He's top tier."
He is, because he can zero to death you pretty easily off of one string.
Okay. How about this, guys? Who would you prefer in another future Smash game? What do you prefer? Okay, give me a second. Would you prefer Artorias, the chosen Artorias, or the chosen undead?
They would be too. Well, people are going to complain about swordsman if you put Artorias or chosen undead. I don't think they're popular enough to really be in there. Personally, if you ask me, probably the Bloodborne Hunter, if you ask me. But that's Sony, so...
And
I don't know if
Bloodborne
that's-
Hunter, Solaire, like since remastered, yeah, Solaire would be great. Like he has access to not only a sword, but he has like projectiles with the sunlight miracles.
I know.
Yeah.
Like the Great Lightning Spear.
I know. It would
Not
be
funny that he's got his own albino as well.
Yeah, that's true. Let's
Watch
move on.
Solaire be in Smash Ultimate. Watch
And-
it be the next DLC character.
Let's continue moving on because I think Ben's losing. I think we're losing Ben with just talking about Souls again. Sorry, Ben. We're Souls fans, so this is something we're gonna. We'll move on to other games.
I could figure that out. Yeah.
Sorry. Let me think.
With
Oh, Venus, have you
I've been
played?
playing,
Sorry, go on.
no, I've just been playing Smite recently.
Ooh,
Game.
Main and Smite. Main and Smite.
Oh god.
Hachiman.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, I'm so bad at the game. My emo.
Oh,
Oh please.
I only play one god. I'm really bad.
you don't do the mix up. You don't do
game's
that
a lot.
Cthulhu.
I did play. I did.
I play with friends.
I did try LOL for a few games.
I played League a long time ago and I stopped because I just hate the community. But when I did play, I played Jinx, and that's who I named my cat after.
Aw.
Oh, maybe if I get another dog, I'll name my dog Solaire.
Ah, puppy.
But I am gonna probably get some people angry at this. I think it's not a very good game.
Smite.
No, LOL.
Oh, League of Legends.
Oh.
And people now are gonna, the minute they see this and get to this point, they're gonna call me a casual, a filthy casual.
You're a casual.
No. Look, I'm just gonna be frank with you. They're probably gonna defend the artwork of the characters more than the game itself.
I think
Just be quite honest with you.
The good
Probably.
thing about LOL is the fan service.
that's true. Remember when they did that KDA video? Whew.
I mean, I've seen. Have you guys heard of the artist Sakimi-chan?
No. And is it?
You've never heard. Never heard of Sakimi-chan.
I'm not into the League. I only got into it, and then I was into.
Oh, she does more than just League artwork.
Then
She
no,
does everything.
I didn't.
Okay.
But go
But
on.
I've seen some of her, artwork of the KDA gals, and
Before you
let me just
continue on,
say, it's
before
a
you
great day
continue
to be
on,
by.
best not to go any further. Otherwise,
You about to
Yeah.
get this demonetized. You seeing that, quote unquote,
Yeah,
art?
no.
Yeah,
It's
so
not.
don't risk my channel
Guys.
getting.
Guys,
Sorry.
I've got a friend.
No, it's
I've got
okay.
a friend who's a friend. I mean, who likes League of Legends. She used to be going out with Ouroboros like back in the day and stuff. She used to be a massive fan of League.
I'm just waiting for. I honestly, if I must be saying this, I personally think that the artwork looks fine for the game. But I'm not saying it looks excellent, by the way. I'm saying it looks fine. So don't get your. So I really, maybe it's because I'm more used to basically using my buttons to attack, and maybe because I'm more of a traditional controller boy than a mouse and keyboard. Yes, I'm that filthy casual, but I just don't like the combat system in League. It leaves more to be desired. I don't know.
Bruh, play Diablo. You might enjoy Diablo more. I prefer Diablo.
I'll take your word on that.
Diablo 3, yes. Yeah.
The one time I played Diablo 3, I was kicking ass.
That's probably true. I don't know. It's just
So what
That's why they inspired the Flame Lurker. I'm like, did they play Diablo before they redesigned Flame Lurker, guys?
Yeah.
Hold up, what?
honestly, if we're going to Demon Souls, I remember when Flame Lurker was first revealed.
Well, I was like, no, I made a joke. Remember my trailer for Demon Slice? I made a joke about that.
Oh yes, I did. That was funny.
Like, that Diablo bot.
Yeah. Sure, you could.
I
Anyway,
remember that. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Venus, I was going to ask you: have you played any? Do you know the director Yoko Taro?
I have been near Automata, and I hope to pick up Replicant, the Replicant remake when it comes out.
People say don't call it a remake because that's not what it is. I don't get it. Why not? It is a remake. Ben,
Is it a remaster?
It-
Reimagining? I don't know. I kind of don't.
It might as well be a remake since, everything looks different and, they fixed the technical whatever. It's basically a remake in the sense that the Demon Souls remake is, considering they fixed some stuff in there, too.
Let's be frank, the Demon Souls remake looks far better than the Nier Replicant, and I'm gonna get some more fans hating me now.
I mean, to be fair, Demon Souls remake looks better than most things on the market. Like, can't really argue against that.
True. You can't argue against that, considering how good the game. But yeah, go on, Trooper.
Another two great remakes games is also Doom as well.
Oh yes,
Doom 2016 and Doom
those were
2020.
great. I played Doom 2016, loved it, and I really want to get my hands on Eternal and stream it. I've been streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake because it was free.
Oh, it's free on the
I know.
PSN.
It was
Plus,
free.
Yeah,
that's why I got it, because there was no way I'm paying full price for a game I knew I wasn't gonna like.
See, I'm gonna save that later because I'm doing The Last Guardian right now. If anybody knows anything about The Last Guardian, it's basically like playing with a giant monster cat that ignores everything you're telling it to do. It is so infuriatingly fun.
I was just thinking, you mentioned Doom, and I know that is my boyfriend's favorite game.
Oh.
And
Ben.
And I've seen him, play it. Or have I seen him play it? I know that, yeah, he was playing it. He was playing, like, the first DLC. And, because of him playing it and watching Todd play it, I actually really want to watch it as well. Or play it as well.
Hey, Ben, by the way, Ben, have you played Doom 2016 when it first came out?
No, I have not. But I know they're owned by Microsoft now with the Bethesda.
I actually remember Todd Howard saying that there's no chance of his games being console exclusive. And when I was looking around for games and I saw the pre-order for Elder Scrolls 6, it had the PS4 symbol. So there's a possibility that this was just basically... But I'm being a bit optimistic on this whole part, that maybe it's just basically... that yes, but they own it, but I don't think it's going to be Xbox exclusive or time exclusive. It will still be distributed and whatnot to other consoles and platforms. I'm hoping, because Todd Howard said that there's no possibility, and take Todd's word for what it is. Let's just hope.
You never know.
Yes.
Hey, I have Xbox, so I don't really mind.
I have.
How's that Halo franchise coming along?
Hey,
don't get me wrong, I like Halo.
I'm not a big fan of Halo. It's all right.
No, I'm not saying that as an offensive thing. I'm just asking because I actually do.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a while, right?
Player of Halo in years.
Okay, Ben, when you get the chance and you can afford it, get Doom 2016 and then get Doom Eternal. You're missing out.
Well, I think they're on Game Pass. I think all Bethesda games are on Game Pass right now.
Then go get it. Then play it on Game Pass. Have some fun with it. Have some demon slaying fun.
Roll credits.
All right, cut. Yeah, well, I mean, Doom's like such an old game, like iconic game. I never even played it. Like either the newer ones, the old ones. I want to play Wolfenstein. That's a game I want to try out. I never.
Okay. Just my recommendation: play the first two, forget the rest.
What, Doom?
No, Wolfenstein.
Oh, only two.
No, there are three. Wolfenstein. Yeah, just play the first new Wolfenstein and the second one, but skip the Youngblood. It's a horrible game.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for Elder Scrolls to eventually come out. Like, and then once that comes out, like you wouldn't have any contact with me. I'm just waiting.
Bye
like,
bye.
You mean Skyrim Remastered for the 5th time in a row on a new console?
New console. Well, technically you could play it.
Too?
You could play it on the new consoles. So
yeah.
It is enhanced.
Speaking of which, I didn't know if you guys hear, but PlayStation might shut down its servers for the PS3, PSP, and Vita, the stores.
Oh, I already know about that.
The PSP.
PS Portal, all that. That's basically like them trying to do the Switch.
Yeah. So it's not been officially confirmed. It's just rumors that one outlet said. So it could just be them just trying to make an article, but we will see by the end of this month.
This is why I got Demon Souls on disc.
Yeah, but thankfully I still have Demon Souls.
Once that goes out, I'm just gonna cry in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys something.
What?
I've got Armored Core now.
Good for you.
You say Armored Core?
Armored
what?
Core. This
Oh God.
one of From's oldest franchise. It's the mech fighting franchise before they made the Souls.
Patches
Yeah,
in
I've got it on
those
the
too.
PS
That's the part that scares
Vita.
me. Patches is in Armored Core. That's the part that scares me.
Dude named Leonard as well. Except the Armored Core Leonard is more righteous, while the Leonard in Dark Souls 3 is more of a scoundrel.
And then there's also the fact that there's the Moonlight Greatsword in the Armored Core series.
It's in every of them. It's even in those like crappy Ninja Gaiden ripoff games too that they make.
You mean?
I could never get like I love the Moonlight Greatsword. It's just I'm not very good at handling it in any game.
Except Sekiro. It was not in Sekiro. Let's remember that.
Well, Sekiro is not a true like Souls game.
No, but
per se.
but expect it to be an Elden Ring if it's going to keep up with its trend.
I'd like to think that Dark Souls 2 and Sekiro are like the redheaded stepchildren.
Well, true. Anyway, moving on. Let me think. What
Shoot,
else?
Moonlight Greatsword movesets. That's hard to do in real life. I'm gonna tell you that one. That was.
I don't know. But yeah, Venus, going back to what I was going to previously say, what did you think of the Nier series when you first played it?
So I've only played Automata,
Mm-hmm.
and what I loved Automata. I actually write fan fiction, okay? And yes, I am. There is one about me getting boned by Leonardo. Okay, whatever.
Hold up! What? Hold up!
Yeah.
You're gonna get him demonetized.
You're gonna get
That's as far as I will go on that. Okay.
There's already demonetization words there.
But I love the Nier series so much, or the Automata so much, and I have looked into Gestalt and Replicant that I actually have some like Easter eggs for my story, because when I bought Dark Souls 3, I also bought Automata. So my experiences with Dark Souls 3 is kind of intertwined with Nier Automata because I played them somewhat at the same time.
And Ben, by the way, Ben, give Automata story a try. You might actually enjoy it. Have you played any Platinum games by any chance?
No, I have not.
Not even Bayonetta or anything like that?
I've heard of it.
Okay. I got 2 games from Platinum Games that I would recommend: Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance and Nier Automata. Those are pretty good games.
Ooh, Metal Gear Rising.
That was.
And if you want something a little bit more lighthearted and fun, Bayonetta would be. And you know, it's got some good fan service there too.
Lighthearted. Yeah, I was about to say more fan service, like Devil May Cry fan service. That's what I would like.
I want Dante for Smash too. People would get mad over the swordsman thing, but here's the thing: he also has an array of weapons that are not swords.
But remember what they did with Byleth. Byleth came out with more than just swords, and people still were mad at Byleth.
Well, they can get over it, because I also want 2B for Smash.
That's never going to happen.
It better happen.
It's not going to happen.
It better happen.
It's not.
To be fair, no one complained about Sephiroth. It's like, he's a sword guy, but it's Sephiroth. Nobody complained.
I'm the sort of person that doesn't understand what's so great about Sephiroth being the fangirl of the series. Like, he's probably the
I don't know. Maybe it's his chin, his jawline. I don't know.
As a woman, I will tell you what it is, and it's the long hair and the edgy attitude. Okay, there is nothing more appealing to a gamer girl than long hair and an edgy attitude.
Ben, any characters you wanted Smash? That ever happened?
I just don't have a Switch. I know there's a new one coming out, right? The Pro version.
There have been rumors of it, but there has not been any like.
I hope
major...
so.
Yes,
but
I would mostly play it for the Pokemon games. That's the only reason why I get Nintendo stuff.
Of course.
Did you see anything about Sword and Shield? How do you feel about looking at that?
Excellent game.
Oh, so let's also.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually more the remake of Pearl and
Diamond and Pearl.
And
Diamond and Pearl.
And
the Arceus game.
And the Arceus, which will be like a open world Pokemon game. The first ever.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I've never wanted an open world Pokemon game. And that's because I've never liked open world games. Crucify me, okay?
I will crucify you.
Yeah,
Wait, you play
please
Breath
do.
of the
Burn me
Wild?
at the stake.
Have you played Breath of the Wild though?
I've looked at it, not interested because of the open world concept. And let me tell you, I played open world games like what was it? Guild Wars 2. There was also Genshin Impact. It's just the
part of that one.
Okay, so
how about Ghost of Tsushima? How about that one?
The thing is with open world games, it's because I never know where to go. Like, sure, they can give me goals. Yeah, I need to know where the hell I'm going.
Well, the point is,
what's my next goal?
Well,
if I'm level 10 and I walk in a level 50 area and I just lose everything, I'm going to be mad.
Gives the sorry, Snake. There seems to be some audio from you.
And then there's also like the remakes of Diamond and Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like Gen 4, okay? And I'm hoping these remakes are good because here's the thing. I hate remakes as well for the Pokemon games. And now hear me out, okay? I was excited to hear about the Gen 3 remakes for one reason and one reason alone. Because I thought they were coming out with the Battle Frontier. Again.
But they didn't!
They did not, and I was mad.
They should have done Emerald too.
I know.
They should have just done Emerald.
I wish they would do Platinum as well. That's a much better story.
Yeah, don't do Diamond and Pearl. Do okay, so if you don't like Diamond and Pearl, Platinum will smooth over some of the dislikes.
Platinum was good.
Platinum is better.
So in my adulthood, I played the best games from each generation. And the generations I still do not like are Gen 4, aside from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That was an excellent remake. That's why I had high hopes for Generation 3 remakes. And I also did not like Gen 1. I hated Gen 1.
Gen 1
because it's basic.
And the
fact
and it's also got a lot of bugs in the original games. It was a bug-filled game.
Like with Gen 1, I hate not only Gen 1 because of, the simplicity of it, but it's just overhyped. Like
look how many times it got remade. Well, Eevee, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Yellow.
Well, that was Gen 3 when they made Fire Red, Leaf Green.
Oh boy, here's a new Pokemon generation. Here's a new Pokemon generation. I wonder what form Charizard and Pikachu will get.
Oh, they're going to get bigger. They're going to get Mega Forms.
Or no, they get big. Yeah, we'll say they get bigger and they go P really loudly.
And then there's
if I wanted to play with Generation 1 Pokemon, then I'm going to play Generation 1. I don't want it in Generation 14 and still see, Charizard still coming in.
Oh, probably because
Charizard getting like his 26th evolution.
Oh, let's also not forget remember when the Sword and Shield came out, they weren't going to put all Pokemon in it. Then they
still haven't put. You have to mod it to get all the Pokemon in.
That's genius, actually. And let me tell you something.
Oh my! If anybody, okay, before you continue on, if anybody watches this stream at the point and they say that was genius, you're going to be the one to crucify, not me. So carry on.
Generation 5. Okay, one of the best, most beautifully crafted generations, and let me tell you why. All right, it's how they did their sequels. See,
Black and White too.
Black and White too. Now, I wish they did the same thing with Sun and Moon. How they had a whole different storyline. They had their own storyline, and they also made a callback with their music and having returning trainers and the Pokemon World Tournament feature. They like with Sun and Moon, it's basically the same story aside from Lucamine isn't as bad as we thought she was. In in Black and White, we had the original story. We had Getsis. We had N just moving on, doing his own thing. And then, Black 2 and White 2 came out. We see a continuation of that. They had the battle music and everything. Those are some bops there. But I also liked one of the best features I liked was until you beat the game, you could not have access to any previous Pokemon. But here with Sword and Shield, you couldn't get it at all unless they added more downloadable content.
And that's another can of worms.
But with Black and White, they still made it accessible. They just wanted to feature the new stuff they came out with. And that's what I liked.
But the issue that I remember reading was that Pokemon, they didn't like the Pokemons because they thought they were too, how was the word I'm putting it, basic in their designs.
They were not basic. You want basic, you go back to Generation 1.
Oh, speaking of which, I do have my own complaints with the newer Sword and Shield, and I feel like Nintendo really needs to evolve the games further. I get it that they want to save money, but they really should give the characters voice acting these days. Not the main characters, but like
they did acting somewhat in Black 2 and White 2. Like when Pierce sings in Sword.
I meant proper
Sword
voice
Shield?
Acting, like a proper.
Okay, look.
So,
Weird. It would be weird because they haven't done it like ever.
yeah, it would be weird, but
they
it'd
would be scrutinized for it.
I wish they would be more like do more stuff like that, like take more risks.
Yeah, like give the characters actual voice, considering.
Well, that's what the open world element would be nice.
I think Game Freak should just make a new IP. To be fair, like instead of like carrying on with Pokemon, just make a new IP out of it.
Trooper, this is like Trooper. That's like asking Nintendo to make a new IP every single time instead of rehashing the old hat every single time. In fact, it's not an old hat; it's a worn-out hat that's basically nothing left.
You know, another thing I did not like about Sword and Shield, and let me tell you, I love Sword and Shield, but there were some issues I had. Mm-hmm. For example, in the after-game content where you basically fight against Swordward and Shieldward. I hated those characters, by the way. Their hair was terrible. But
and not very original in their names.
Yeah. But it's the way whenever you basically have Zamazenta get under control and Hop followed after him, you see Zacian and you're about ready to catch her, which by the way, it is confirmed to be female by Dex entry. When she turns around, it looks like she's just pivoting around on a pole or something. Like there's a pole through her and you're spinning that pole. It doesn't look like she's actually stepping around like a wolf would.
The game
like this is a multi-million-dollar company. They have the ability to animate that.
Why animate it if we just make money just putting it out here? We can just like why? That's how they feel.
That's how they feel, and that's upsetting to me. I'll still play Pokemon, but I'm still gonna have my complaints.
I'm gonna say this: Pokemon is still behind the times because it is way too behind the times because people saying, "Oh, but it's a classic." Classics evolve. Like, okay, I understand Dark Souls. You shouldn't say Dark Souls. Okay, going back to what I know. Dark Souls is classic as a classic, but as the games continued, as the series continued, they evolved the formula.
They've evolved and stuff.
Yes, they've made some tweaks here. Like for Dark Souls 1, it was more. We can agree that Dark Souls 1 has very clunky game. Okay, we should say Demon Souls because that was the first.
Demon Souls was clunkier than Dark Souls 1. Like, let's just be quite honest here.
We can agree on that. But I'm just trying to say, as the series evolved, Dark Souls 3 took the best elements from 1 and Bloodborne to combine a better system that actually has the best of both worlds. It's faster than the first one, but still slower than Bloodborne. But it still has a good balance between the two series.
So we got to wait to see what Elden Ring's going to be pulling the most from. I think it might be pulling the most from Sekiro, like from what I've seen.
That's will be interesting. Sorry about that, but yes,
mechanics as well in Elden Ring.
I'm still gonna. We can talk about that in a second. But I'm gonna say this, and you can crucify me for this, or anybody who's watching this. But I still think Pokemon is far behind the times. It needs to evolve and basically like do voice acting, get better, okay. I get it. It's supposed to be having anime cartoon styles, but there's games like Guilty Gear who have pretty good anime style, and they're pretty good. The animation.
Should we just get like new Coliseum? Like Coliseums, or like I don't know. Does anyone care about the Coliseum or the XD Gale of Darkness game?
Darkness, yeah, I like those games. Those are fun.
You know what?
Yeah, why can't we get it like that?
Speaking of which,
I played Coliseum on an emulator a long time ago, and I liked what I saw.
And by the way, speaking of any old classics, remember that Pokemon Snap's getting a sequel.
I don't know how I feel about that.
The game's
Oh
not
my
that
God.
complicated. It's just so you're taking pictures. It's not like.
Yeah,
Speaking of Pokemon on emulators and whatever, there is a fan-made Pokemon game that I recommend everyone play.
Hang on. Will this get me demonetized by Nintendo when they come after my video?
No, they're not gonna look. You can mention, fan-made stuff. Okay, they're not gonna get mad at you.
I know.
for
I'm
it.
just
If
trying
they-
to be.
if-
I'm trying to be safe than sorry.
No, it's okay. It's called Pokemon Insurgents.
Mm-hmm.
You need, if you want a good story with, different Pokemon looks and everything based on original Pokemon designs. They're called Delta Pokemon. And I highly recommend playing it. It's a darker story, more for adults, but it's nothing, in the Rule 34 part. We're talking cults. We're talking, bloodshed and deep political stuff as well. And then there's going to be an enemy in there that you can actually relate to. You'll sympathize with her, but you also have to do what you have to do, and she even acknowledges that. So I recommend playing it.
Well then, I would have been happy if you said gory. That would have actually been better. Sorry.
Nah, no one's look. From what I've learned of YouTube, it's better to stream on YouTube than Twitch because you can actually get away with saying a lot of stuff. Actually, you can, and I won't do it because you requested this of me. But you could actually swear. You could, you can even talk about, if your channel is for 18 plus, you can talk about, some sexual things.
I know.
You
But
can
I want to
talk
just
about
be.
deep political
I sometimes
stuff.
like being safe than sorry. Sometimes.
No, I understand completely.
So it's
but,
not. It's not you or it's just my problems. Anyway, let's.
Yeah, it'll take some getting used to.
Anyway, let me think.
Careful with those bad words.
Fair enough. Let me think.
YouTube Kids, go to YouTube Kids, man.
I know. Well, what else is that? What's did you hear? Did you hear about Disney moving their Star Wars game to Ubisoft?
Well, I like
yeah.
what Disney is doing because they had an exclusive rights for Star Wars games were only for EA, and now I don't like EA as a company, and they had a monopoly in Star Wars games, and I want other companies now to have that option.
But Ubisoft isn't any better.
Well, at least it's more competition. Not EA, other companies.
Lesser of two evils is still the evil option.
Can they just remake the original Star Wars Battlefront 2? Please.
Yeah, that
What
would
are the Star Wars games that they announced?
I would just be happy with that.
I think.
In case anyone is wondering what I'm doing, I'm getting some snacks out because I'm.
Well,
hungry.
I think the problem is that Disney's a bad, horrible company. We can all agree on that, correct?
$30 to watch Mulan and whatever this new movie is.
Black Widow?
What? No,
Yeah,
is
I
there
would pay-
another Disney movie?
I would pay for the Black Widow one.
I would
But
not.
for the Mulan, for the live action
Well,
Mulan, though, would you
Mulan.
pay for that one?
Star Wars IP be better to give it to
Lucas.
It was about $30.
You know. Honestly, as much as I'm going to have some Star Wars fans have the ear of me, I'd rather just have Lucas have the series back.
Well, it's
So he
too
can
late
make more
now.
prequel memes? I just want him to make more prequel memes.
No, it's just,
That's just...
We're going to get that with the new Kenobi series. Don't worry.
No, what I'm just trying
Hello
to.
there.
Good thing that the original actor for Ben, is reprising his role, so there's some positivity there.
I saw this meme online where
Oh,
someone posted that their mom had a picture of quote Jesus on their mantle, and it was actually Obi-Wan.
I've seen that one.
I saw that one. That was hilarious.
Oof.
Oof, indeed. But still, how this is gonna be for the Star Wars franchise going forward is up in the air. Lucas, from what I've been reading, wants his series back after the flop of the sequel trilogy.
Well, there's nothing he could do. He sold it.
Sold it, yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed as them bringing him as a creative, some insight, having a bigger role. But yeah, like it's over. Like it's pretty much over. What I do like is the new direction they're kind of doing with the Mandalorian, almost rehashing the sequel trilogy or just adding more detail because that's when the sequel trilogy takes place.
I also do hear that Disney is going to say that the sequels are no longer considered canon by the.
That was rumored, but I don't think so. It's already happened. It's
Deed is done.
You do know it's just simply saying the stories are no longer canon. Zip, throw them away, done. We see it.
Yeah, like they did with Legends.
Yeah,
Oof.
basically.
Yeah, but Legends was never like $3 billion movies. Like,
well, Disney
That's
Disney
the
has
thing.
the money to waste.
I've always wanted a live action television series, and I'm so happy The Mandalorian's like my favorite show. And now they're doing like a whole bunch of them. They're doing an anime style show like by Japanese creators. They're doing more live action shows like with different. It's gonna be this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe of Star Wars basically, where like characters are pop in and out. It's this whole universe that they're just exploring. I love it.
While we're on the topic of Disney, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Treasure Planet.
Yes, Treasure Planet. I was hoping someone would say that's also my favorite.
If you guys have not watched, if anybody on this stream has not watched Treasure Planet, where have you been all your life? Have you been living under a rock?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
And I'm not Christian by any means.
And let's not. Fair
The Prince of Egypt.
Was
the Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt. That's a good one. I like that one.
It was beautifully animated. It was but I still think
I like the original Lion King. For me, that's one of my favorites ever.
I think honestly,
the
original animation series were far better than the remakes. Let's be frank.
Can we count Pixar movies in this or no?
Yes.
Well, kind of.
Monsters Inc.
Pixar is associated with Disney, which I think it is.
Well, Disney owns Pixar.
Okay, then.
So I'm gonna say Monsters Inc. Then.
Okay.
Monsters Inc.
Jordan said Atlantis. I do vaguely.
We do our own Pixar movie.
But the thing, honestly, and you can crucify me for this one as well. I'm more of a 2D person when it comes to animation.
The Incredibles. Oh, I love that movie.
Not the second one. Second one is meh-ables. The first one's incredible.
But
I enjoyed the second one a lot, but the first one's like classic. Like it's one of
It was like the superhero movie before superheroes were a thing.
Superhero family, yeah.
But
Six was good.
But like I said, when it comes to animation, I will die on this hill saying that I prefer the old 2D animation. I grew up with 2D, so call it a bias, but I love 2D animation. There's a certain style to it that 3D just can't do. Yes, well, 3D is easier to animate than 2D like hand-drawn animation,
and less costly to do.
Yes, true. But, and here's the big but, regardless of what it looks like, it will look better than most 3D animations. Because even the worst 2D, like the worst hand-drawn animation, looks better than the worst 3D animations movie or something. That's my 2 cents on it.
Animator for Treasure Planet.
The Berserk anime, like
that's not Disney. Wait, what?
2D plus with 3D.
That was
Disney Princess.
But yeah,
I actually.
Oh, speaking of what before Ben. Speaking of Treasure Planet, before we continue on, I am never going to forgive Disney for what they did to that series because they literally didn't promote it. They never promoted it, and it became a cult.
And the animator is just amazing. I would kill to get my hands on that software.
I would kill. I'd like to have those. I'd like to have those composites.
He did Treasure Planet, Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas.
That was a good one.
That was very good. Treasure Planet, I just said that. Prince of Egypt, Joseph, King of Dreams, El Dorado. Road to El Dorado was chef's kiss.
Anyway, so you're gonna say something, Ben? Sorry.
Oh, you're saying 2D animations. I don't know if you're familiar with the original Clone Wars series, not the 3D animation.
I know that was beautifully animated.
Yeah, and that was actually by the people that made Samurai Jack.
I know,
you could tell with the style.
I'm a big fan of Samurai Jack.
I love
It's going to be on Disney Plus, that series.
I love Samurai Jack. I love Dex's Laboratory. Who is the director who drew those series? He also did Hotel Transylvania, believe it or not.
I'm not familiar with the name.
He's Russian. I know he's Russian.
It's very anime style.
Hang on.
Kind of.
I want to Google it, otherwise I might lose connection, so I'm not going to risk it. But well, the director did say that he was inspired by anime when he drew those styles, and you can kind of tell.
Yeah, I see it.
Honestly, anime these days has more of a... If we go back, like, say, 20 years ago in the early 2000s, I would have been laughed at as saying, you like Naruto, you're a geek and whatnot. Remember those?
Naruto?
Yeah, but...
Made fun of for liking anime. You were made fun of because you were doing the actions on the school playground. Let's be real.
You pretended
You were doing the Naruto run.
You were role-playing.
Kamehamehas. You
You were role-playing.
Yeah.
You were Sailor Moon doing that.
But yet now...
I check you.
But now
Now anime's cool. You're a normie if you like anime now. Like,
it
Depends on what anime.
It depends, but
well,
still...
well,
Here's a hot take. Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball series sucks. All right. Yeah, I said it. It's
those
like
are fighting
Sonic,
words.
It is a Sonic the Hedgehog. It is a Sonic the Hedgehog of anime. Okay, that's it. That's all.
Those are fighting words, madam.
Okay, yeah, sure. What are you gonna do?
I've always been a Naruto person anyway.
I'm more of a Yu Yu Hakusho kind of girl.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Yu-Gi-Oh for a second.
I did I did like Yu-Gi-Oh and I had a crush
To
on
be fair.
Yugi when I was in middle school.
Season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh is absolutely lit.
It is.
Oh
yes. It's a shame that Takahashi didn't. Because Duel Monsters. Because when he did the card games for Wizards and Magic for it was a parody of Magic the Gathering. When he actually showed, and it was pretty popular, and kids were writing it. Can we have more of that, please? He hit gold.
And Dark Magician Girl
I miss
was a good
Season
one.
0.
Yeah, shame. You're not the only one. Venus. Dark Magician Girl was sort of my first sort of crush.
Season 0 was basically Yami Yugi going, I'll kill every single one of you.
Yep, that was.
And then Season 1 and onward, he's like,
well, believe
it's like the Cheems meme, okay?
Hang on.
It's like you got Big Buff, Season 0, Yugi. He's like, yeah, I'll kill all of you. And then you have like Cheems like, no, I don't want to kill anyone.
The thing is, if you also that's in the anime, but if you read the manga, whew, it's dark.
I'm surprised my grandmother even let me read Season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh. When I was like 13.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The animation had just turned into JoJo Bizarre Adventures, hasn't it? Right now, and everything.
Oh.
Are they on motorcycles? Or something
That was
like that?
In 5Ds. And let me tell you, people shit on 5Ds, but I loved it. Right.
There we can agree. Venus. I think 5Ds is personally the best written in the series. Those are
with synchro monsters and everything?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the best of the series. And people who are going to watch this and say, I'm wrong, you can go away. I think...
Yeah, Akiza herself made made 5Ds good. Like, she is... Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's wifey material.
I'm curious, Venus. Who have you cosplayed?
Who have I cosplayed? Great question. I have a Sailor Moon costume I no longer fit in because I'm a fat girl now. Mm-hmm. But I used to do that. I have, I'm still a little overweight for it, but I have a Bloodborne doll cosplay. And I have taken some spicy photos in that too.
Don't tell me you have an OF. I don't want to get him demonetized.
I wish I had an OF.
Please.
You want my link? I just started.
The reason I don't have an OF.
I'm going to get
demonetized. The reason I don't have an OF is because I'm on disability in my country, and if I have anything traced back on my taxes or have any sort of work, it affects my disability. It affects my housing situation. And if I'm going to get into a job of some sort, it's going to be something I'm sticking with for the rest of my life, and it's going to be something I enjoy. Which I'm hoping, being part of a podcast, and it'll at least get me back into streaming more because it's been like 4 months since I last streamed.
Let me respond to Jordan. Understandable, Jordan. Let me just respond with Jordan very quickly. Understandable that you don't want to It's confusing. I got back into the game like really late. I quit the game for a bit. I took literally a break during the Pendulum era. So I like skipped the Pendulum and I only got back into the game late XZ, so I missed quite a bit.
Ooh, let me tell you. Here's another, gaming issue I have in the card game world. Magic the Gathering. The reason I stopped playing was because of the people. They are they are pretentious. They're like, why are you playing, Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, a kid's game? If you're going to invest in a card game, do it with Magic the Gathering. Like, I'm not playing a card game to make money off of it.
You're just having fun.
I'm playing a card game to play.
I'm currently building my own casual deck that I've been wanting to do, a ancient gear deck for myself. It's not meta, it's not competitive, it's not a top tier deck. It's just a deck I want to just sit down and have some fun with.
With Yu-Gi-Oh and Jordan, he and I went to high school together, so he can tell you what deck I played in Yu-Gi-Oh. You know those the fairy type deck with the planets and whatever, the agents?
I'm not too familiar with, but yeah.
What is it? Like there was Master Hyperion and whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get that deck back together, even though it's not as good as it used to be by any means. But I loved it so much.
If you Venus, if we ever meet and I get my ancient gear deck and you got your deck, we should have a duel.
We should. I need to remember how to play. I also like playing Cardfight Vanguard.
Is that a challenge?
It is.
Does anyone run in some Skull Servant decks, please?
No, we have not. Oh, speaking of, fun little fact. You know the author for Yu-Gi-Oh! R? The spin-off for the spin-off manga?
No.
Well, there was a spin-off manga from the Yu-Gi-Oh! That was a side story to the main timeline. It had to do with the Wicked God cards. Fun fact, the artist for that series was the same guy who did the Cardfight Vanguard manga.
Really?
Seriously. But yeah, I'm still building my Ancient Gear deck. I've got a few more cards to build. Like I'm waiting for 2 Link monsters, Ancient Gear Ballista on my end, just to appear.
Anyway.
And let me think. What else? Oh, yes, I know.
Yeah? No, I actually have to go right now.
All right, Ben.
You? Okay.
But thanks, Ben. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for popping in.
I had a great time
do you have
talking.
any plugs you want to put in?
Yeah. Sure. My Twitter is Shadow with a 2 S, like instead of the S is a 2. I have a YouTube channel, Benabay, ABAY is my last name, Benabay. Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Twitter. Keep contact. I would love to know more. I learned more about Souls. A lot of new words today, and a lot of new recommendations to check out.
And before you go, Ben, could you please leave those links in the chat so that way I didn't put your links. So just link them in the chat and I'll edit them in so that I always do that for people because it's only fair.
Hey, I appreciate being on here. I got to meet a bunch of great people.
Thank you.
Talk about a bunch of great stuff. It's been a pleasure.
Thing, if you want to see Bloodborne in action, in the very least, tomorrow I'll be streaming with my boyfriend. At least that's what we're planning. We're streaming on Twitch and we're going to be basically playing Bloodborne together.
Just leave the link in.
Leave it in there. I'll check it out.
Yeah, leave it the link.
Sure thing.
Or pop it in or just add Ben in my server. I'm not being picky these days.
It's all right. I'll go ahead and leave the link.
Thank you guys. I'll see you.
We'll be streaming for another 30-odd minutes, and then we'll cut it quits.
Yeah.
Oh, see you later, Ben.
All right. See you later, Ben. This is the longest.
All right.
So yeah, this is the longest stream I've had so far.
That's because we got a lot to talk about. Speaking of a lot to talk about, so this past week, 3 days ago, actually, I celebrated my 26th birthday.
Oh, okay. You're
happy birthday.
Fine. You're 3 years older than me.
Oh yeah, I feel like a grandma. Thanks. I don't know whose bright idea it was to leave me alive for 26 years, but thanks. I hate it.
By the way, yeah, that's congratulations, happy birthday. I did say happy birthday to you, didn't I? I did.
Sure. I bet you. I know a lot of people did.
Yeah. Oh,
With-
before I continue on, if any of you guys are interested in joining my server, there should be the link down below, and I'm always on it. So if you want to voice chat with me or just chat with other people, it's a pretty chill place. Feel free to join the servers down below. Just pointing that out for you guys.
Speaking of which, I do also have a Discord server with some videos of
Can I
mine.
just say one thing real quick?
Sure thing.
You know my Discord server, I'm going to be overhauling it soon, but I'll invite all you guys again if that's okay.
That's perfectly fine. Honestly,
Um,
I gotta thank you, Trooper, for inviting Venus. She has been very entertaining on this chat. I'm happy that she's here.
If you were
Oh,
not
it's
so
okay. Me and
scared,
Vince, we've been friends for years.
if you were not so scared of being demonetized, it could get a whole lot more fun from here. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to
Hold
risk
up.
it.
No, I know.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me walk away from my kids if this is what we're doing.
Good idea. He's also got kids, so don't tempt fate.
Aw, small babies.
Yeah, I don't want them to be like, Daddy, what does mean?
You know, a few days before my birthday, so I basically celebrated a day early. We went to a place called Dave & Buster's.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so it's like basically an adult Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes.
So a few days before, I was hanging out with one of my new D&D friends, and he had his son with him. And I've talked, with my boyfriend before. I'm like, I am open to the idea of having children and whatever. It just depends on my health. I'm very sickly, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And then we're hanging out with, my friend and his son. He's like 2. A couple days later, I get hit with a cold.
Ouch.
Now, we're in the middle of a pandemic. I've been vaccinated already, both times. So I get hit with a cold. I'm like, oh my God, do I have COVID or something? Yeah, and that's when I realized I was sick. Usually I thought it was my allergies or something. And so I'm laying in bed, very tired, very medicated. And I'm thinking to myself, I told Sebastian, I'm open to the idea of children. But then I remembered, they're walking biohazards. And I have an autoimmune disease. So I don't know how I feel about this anymore. Of course, I'm still open to it. But, as I'm sick in bed, trying to sleep this off, I'm like, I don't want kids. I am tying my tubes. I'm going straight to the doctor and having them rip out my reproductive organs. It was awful. And this was just the cold, by the way. I haven't had a cold in like 2 or 3
Please,
years.
you talk to my wife. She wants the third one. And I'm like, please no.
No.
I'm still debating on my end.
You're
Oh,
like
she's,
what,
I think she's
23?
now.
23. I'll be
What-
23
You're
in
23?
I'll be 23 in May 18th.
Okay. Wait until like you're at least my age, or you're
Oof.
with someone for long enough.
I will
Oof.
take that into consideration. Thank you very much.
My
Yeah.
oldest is 3. I got him at 23, I believe. Yeah.
Like, here's the deal with kids. I like them. They like me. I'm just happy to just hand them back to their parent. Hand them back at the end of the day. And like, I have a cat at home. I often call her a furry toddler, but that is not even as. She is much more independent. Okay, with children, especially toddlers, you always have to pay attention to them. Every single little thing.
I have 3
And
nieces.
that's not-
I have 3 nieces, so I know what it's like sometimes.
And so I'm just like, that sounds like hell on earth. Because what if I want to go do my own thing?
Well, you
What
can.
if I want to lay in bed? I
Well, you-
can't because I'm watching my kids.
Well, you could always call. You could always ask for additional help.
That is true. And
The only thing
I
I
don't.
can say is ask like with grandparents. So like if you're pretty close with your parents or your partner's parents, that's the only thing I can really suggest at that point.
Oh, trust me, grandparents love to stay with the the grandkids. Make some food.
I mean, sure. I'm sure my grandparents, because I was adopted by them. My biological parents are not in the picture, and I think every day they're not. My grandparents live like 4 hours north of me.
Sorry, I've.
Now, I don't plan on having children unless there are a number of factors. Like, I have to be in good mental health, okay? I have to be in good physical health because I don't plan on dying while giving birth. That is something with, having this autoimmune disease. It's lupus. It sucks.
Sorry to hear about that.
I was pregnant once, and I had to unfortunately go have it aborted because I would have not have made it past the first trimester. I don't mind talking about my personal issues. It is what it is. There was that. The physical and mental health. The mental health, I'm not nearly as patient enough as I need to be. Money. We had to be very financially stable, and I would want to.
Don't play with mommy's hair with that.
I would want to be with someone for at least, or married to them for at least 2-3 years before the idea of kids ever enters in a conversation. Like
Sure.
Right now, before. Like, Sebastian and I have been dating for almost a year, long distance. And we haven't met yet because of the pandemic. And I told him, we're still very close, even when long distance. I'm leaving the idea of children open. Now, if those requirements I have for having a child are not met, that is not something I'm willing to do.
You could adopt. There's always that option.
I could. Yes, I was actually adopted by my grandparents, and that is also an option that I'm willing to, think about.
I'd say that your option, you could argue that it's actually better to give a child that already exists, a good life.
Yeah. Let me tell you, if I was not adopted by my grandparents, I would not be the person I am today, if I was even alive.
I always like to argue that the events in our past shape us to who we are. And that anything that changes that could alter who we are completely.
Environment.
I know. I'm very philosophical sometimes.
Hey, it's biology too. It's scientific.
I know.
For about, basically, living with my biological parents. And they lived in Louisiana, in the deep south of America.
Well, they wouldn't like me.
Oh my god. Okay, let me tell you something. And this is a perfect example. Okay. So I actually was watching another podcast with a YouTuber named Jay Schlatt. If you are into like Minecraft and whatever, you know who this person is.
Not to bring. Nope.
But he's a very entertaining guy, very wonderful. He was talking about during this podcast how he moved from New York to Texas in the middle of and as soon as he arrives in Texas, that's when the snowstorm hits.
Ouch.
The one that froze pipes, the ones that killed people because their infrastructure could not handle it. And when Ted Cruz went on vacation and left his people behind without power.
Oh, I know.
So he gets there.
I actually had a
okay. He gets.
I actually had a friend who lived in Texas, so she let me know.
He gets there, and he's like, "Oh my god," and I'm just listening to the story, and I feel bad for him, but I'm also laughing. Because he's talking about every single little thing as to why he should not move to the Bible Belt of the United States. Anyway, so he's like, I moved to Texas because no state tax. And then he realizes there's a whole lot of other problems that, maybe paying state tax is not so bad. But he's also talking about, because of the snowstorm, everything is closed as far as food.
Mm-hmm.
He's been living off of beef jerky for a week.
He
goes to stay. Yeah, so he's eventually, in order to stay warm, he's trying to find a hotel that has power. He calls the Marriott, and they said they do. He pulls up. They don't have power, and they won't give him a refund.
Yeah. That's just
so
scummy.
He messages his homie, Ms. Kiff, who's another streamer. And they're like, yeah, I got power. And the thing is with Mizkif, he helps you out. You got to go on his stream. And honestly, Jay Schlatt is pretty cool about it. Now, here's the kicker of the stupidity of citizens in the Bible Belt, okay?
Before you say anything, before any citizens in the Bible Belt are watching this, you better go away.
they either better go away because they're about to be offended, or they're going to wholeheartedly agree.
Or they're gonna
So-
basically crucify me.
They can crucify me they're going to crucify me all day, and they can do it all they want. Because I lived in Louisiana, which is 10 times worse than what I'm talking about here. Because this is normalcy. So, they're basically driving down, a street or whatever, trying to find food or whatever. And they see this whole line queued behind a McDonald's. Now, living off of beef jerky for a week, you will definitely want some McDonald's, regardless if you hate the place or not. So they get in line. They notice the cars are not moving after 45 minutes. No, nothing's happening. So one of the guys that was with them, they get out of the truck, and they go to see what's going on, and they see this guy waiting by one of the drive-thru windows. And he goes in there. He doesn't see any lights on in the McDonald's, okay? Goes up there, he's talking to the guy, and the guy says, "Oh, I'm just waiting for her to come back." Lights aren't on, no one's in there. And so they're like, okay, well, no one's in there, drive off or whatever. And so he does. And then they're letting each and every person know that's in the queue with them that no one's in there. That guy's just been waiting by the drive-thru window for whatever reason. And, Jay Schlatt, he was like, is this what I moved down to? He's like, is this the kind of place are there all these people? Is everyone here like that? And I'm just laughing, like, yeah, they are. You made a mistake.
Kind of makes me glad I live in Europe.
Ugh. I know.
Where in Europe?
Portugal.
Where in Europe?
I have no qualms about saying that.
Portugal, I hear, is very nice.
I was
I'm living in the news for doing crazy stuff. So
if you were gonna say Portugal, isn't that in Spain? I was gonna lose my shit.
No, Portugal's next to Spain.
Thank you.
I know my geography.
I know, but the number of times I've heard people say, "Oh, is Portugal? Isn't that part of Spain?"
In case anybody of you curious, I live in England, not far from Smalltown.
And also
Boris
clarification.
Johnson and all that.
And just for some clarification, because a lot of people do get this confused, England is part of the United Kingdom, but it's its own separate country, along with Scotland and Northern Ireland, with the Republic of Ireland. They are separate, technically separate. They are separate countries, but they're under one monarch in the United Kingdom.
We're actually divided, to be fair, because we split up from Scotland and I think Wales.
Isn't Wales independent now?
Yeah, because of Brexit.
I want to hear shit from those in the UK saying, "Oh, states are confusing, and you drive 8 hours, and I'm still in the same state," when they have all of that going on. I seriously think I need another history lesson from just hearing that.
Not only that, Scotland is up north as well.
Scotland's up north.
England, not far from Glasgow.
I always thought that Glasgow was in Scotland.
Still not over the fact that Boris Johnson and every other conservative leader is just.
He already demonetized. Don't beat him into the ground.
Next time where
I live, I can talk about my politics. Okay.
I can talk about my politics too, where I want, but not right now. Anyway,
he got executed and put in the ground.
Nah, he's still good. If anything, I'm the problem, and people are going to come after me like, "Oh, you stupid liberal." Hey, at least my political party is trying to get this coronavirus under control, and you guys are living your life like it doesn't exist.
No comment. Anyway, let's move on before I lose what little subscribers I have.
Nah. If anything, they'll come after me. You'll be fine.
Her channel is that, by the way, her Twitch and Twitter are down below, so feel free to do it. Don't get after me.
Please send me hate mail. Don't direct it at him. If you have any sort of hateful words, come at me. Okay?
At her.
I'm responsible. And I'm still going to come on the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. But what else to talk about? Oh, yeah, I forgot they moved the clock. It's technically 2 o'clock now. Should we cut the stream off now, guys, before we move on to 3 o'clock?
It's 2 a.m.
Yeah,
on
sure.
your end. Yeah, that's fine.
So
I
I
have-
think, all right, guys, I think we'll end it here on this political discussion, but I appreciate everything you've done, and it was pretty much fun talking to you guys. Links down below. I did my review last week for Heaven's Design Team, so if you want to watch that, it should be down below in the... check my videos, it should be there. It was a pretty fun review. I also do Reddit readings, and I've been streaming Final Fantasy VII, so follow my Twitch in the description. And if you feel so generous and want to help me, I have a Patreon down below. €5 is just as much as for a large coffee, so that'll be very appreciated. Any send-off words, guys?
No, I think I'm good. As I said, tomorrow I'll be streaming with my boyfriend. According to plan, I haven't heard any changes in it, but we'll be streaming Bloodborne together at twitch.tv/NightRider.
Oh, Jordan, also join my Discord. Join my Discord as well, Jordan. Sorry. By the way, before I forget, I was going to mean to ask you this. Knight, could you send me the link to the fundraiser to Demon Slice so I can post it in the link? So that
I got so we're releasing the fundraiser May, but I just got the website, so I'll send you the website for Demon Slice.
Yeah, so because I feel like it's fair. And yeah, sorry about that. You want to add anything, Trooper Knight, before we cut the stream?
I can't think of anything. To be fair, apart from I'm working on, I've got a video which I'm working on, which I'll probably cover most of the stuff we've spoken about.
If we ever we're gonna do a collab one of these days, and it's gonna be about Bloodborne or Dark Souls. That's gonna be something.
Give me in on that.
Fine.
If you need movesets from me, I'm doing Owl soon. I'm gonna be starting to film that. It's gonna be fun. Not
Anyway,
really.
I appreciate it. Thank you, my dear hunters, for joining me. It is always a fair joining me. It's always fun joining me. As I said before, Twitter, Twitch, and my YouTube channel and my Discord are down below. And as I always say, may the good blood guide your way.
Umbasa.
See you later.
See ya.
See you guys.